Alright guys, this is going to be my Raw review of I think the 11th of February 2013. Right, not a lot happened in this Raw, not a lot happened, but the key points, the key matches that happened I've got down. I'm going to go through Daniel Bryan vs Chris Jericho, Mark Henry vs Great Khali, Kane vs Dolph Ziggler, Cena, Sheamus and the Ryback vs the Shield segment. That's not a match, but that's another key point we'll go over. Barrett vs Kingston after Barrett is attacked by Bo Dallas before the match. And Jack Swagger vs Zack Ryder. Also we got a segment for CM Punk vs The Rock, and we got all the participants, the Elimination Chamber match announced. So guys, this was a not a lot happened this Raw. Like I said, not a lot happened, but the main points were Chris Jericho defeated Daniel Bryan to get his place in the chamber with it ended with a code breaker. It was this was a good match, my personal favourite match on the card. We got Mark Henry beating Khali in what was a squash match, I guess. I mean, it only lasted a minute, and it just ended with the world's strongest slam on Mark Henry, which is impressive in itself. So they did this basically to promote Mark Henry going to the match. Kane v Ziggler, winner gets final spot in the chamber. Kane beats Ziggler, which is, Ziggler's momentum is kind of dying here. I mean, Dolph Ziggler's momentum is kind of sinking to new lows. He's gone through that burial process with John Cena, and now he's getting beaten by Kane. So whenever he cashes, they're gonna have to rebuild him at some point before he can win the title. In my opinion, it's just not gonna look right. If he wins the title now, it's not gonna feel right. He's just come off a loss to John Cena. He's come off a loss to Kane. I mean, I know he had that Rumble run, that Royal Rumble run, but you need more than that, guys. We got Barrett being attacked by Bo Dallas and then going on to beat Kofi Kingston. And how he did this was he wrapped the ring ropes, the ring apron over Kofi Kingston and hit him with the bull hammer. I think it was the bull hammer elbow, whatever you call it, and he picks up the win, 1, 2, 3, after being attacked by Bo Dallas. So this makes Barrett look strong. So he gets attacked backstage and still comes out and wins. Jack Swagger beats Zack Ryder with the ankle lock, and then there's a segment with this old guy that I don't even know, and I do apologise if that's being disrespectful, but I just did not recognise this guy who came out and promoted Jack Swagger. To be honest, I didn't really pay much attention to this segment. So from that we can announce that it's going to be Chris Jericho versus Mark Henry versus Daniel Bryan versus Kane versus Randy Orton versus Jack Swagger, Elimination Chamber this Sunday. So that's going to be a good match. That's going to be the match I look forward to the most in the card. So knowing WWE, they'll put it on first. There is 4 main events on this card, to be fair. We got a Shield segment, which was really good. They were really strong on the microphone, in my opinion. So you Shield fans will be happy. I am a fan of the Shield myself, so I was happy. Especially Dean Ambrose, who comes across as like a weird, dark character. Like a lot of people compare him to the Joker from Batman, and I think that's a fairly good description. He is a bit like that. And I think he's got a good character. Rollins held his own very well. Reigns held his own very well there. But Reigns is the powerful talker. He's the one who says believe in the Shield. Shouts believe in the Shield at the end of every segment. But all 3 of these guys got given an even amount of times on the mic. It's not like the Nexus where Wade Barrett was the man and there were 6 jobbers helping him. These 3 guys, all 3 of them, there's not really a standout leader. I mean, a lot of people say Dean Ambrose, a lot of people say Roman Reigns. Rollins is the one that's sort of overlooked. Not overlooked, but people don't think he's a leader. In my opinion, there isn't a leader. They're all 3 of them, they're equals, and I think that it works quite well like that. But then after their segment, the lights go out, just like when the Shield attack people, the lights go out. And I heard a lot of people cheering, like they thought The Undertaker was coming, because a lot of people were tweeting me saying The Undertaker's coming tonight. So, for a split second, I must admit, I probably thought The Undertaker was coming, but then Cena, Sheamus, Ryback come out and a brawl ensues and the Shield retreat again, 2nd week in a row. If these guys go on to lose at Elimination Chamber now, if the Shield go on to lose at Elimination Chamber, they're going to look really weak. I'm sorry, but they're just going to look bad. I know they're giving out strong promos, but they've lost their last 2 encounters with Cena, Sheamus, Ryback. They've been retreating. They've had to retreat. So, they need to be rebuilt. I've said this before, they need to go into WrestleMania undefeated, in my opinion, and I highly doubt they will do, because John Cena's not going to lose a match, unless in some controversial fashion. Cena ain't losing clean, certainly ain't losing clean. So, we then got a CM Punk versus The Rock's, a Rock segment at the end. There was a Paul Heyman segment actually to start the show off, so I'll say that first, where he says he's going to resign, and then Punk comes out and convinces him not to resign. This was all a bit fishy to me. Was this a time filler? Was this... It just felt weird. It felt like Heyman is on the edge of betraying Punk or something. That's just how I felt about it. Heyman was just being really... It felt really weird. But anyway, the last segment of the night, we get The Rock talking about cars and stuff. But when it gets serious then, and he says he's going to beat Punk. Punk comes out. Punk charges to the ring. The Rock goes for a people's elbow, but Heyman grabs his foot so that when he turns around, Punk hits him with the GTS. Punk takes the title out of the arena and says he's still the rightful champion. It's going to be day 455 if he beats The Rock. So that's my review, guys, of this Raw. Out of 10, 6 out of 10 in my opinion. Not the greatest Raw. Especially considering you've got a pay-per-view this Sunday. I know it's not a pay-per-view in England, but in America it's certainly a pay-per-view. So you would have thought they would have promoted it a little more. But apart from that, it's a decent show. It's not a show I'm going to complain about, but it's not a show I loved. Maybe the absence of Brock Lesnar, maybe the fact that a lot of people were expecting The Undertaker when he didn't come out, maybe those sort of hopes and ambitions took away from me. If there's any matches I've missed on this, I do apologise, but guys, honestly, this Raw just didn't fill me with excitement, so there's not a lot I've felt about talking about, But subscribe to me below, leave a comment, leave a like or a dislike, depending on whether you dislike the video, guys. It's your opinion, you're entitled to your opinion. And basically, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Raw. Like I said, leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought of it. Who do you think is going to win the matches at Elimination Chamber? I've actually got an early preview video for Elimination Chamber. That's my last video before this one. So if you want to check that out, that's cool. So guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, please subscribe, leave a like, dislike, and a comment, whatever you want. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.